Good morning everybody, it's Miss Moore here today. Now I'm back with our lesson for today's phonics, and today is Tuesday the 9th of February. So on my board I have got some recap words that we're going to practice spelling first of all. Now these words are high frequency words, and remember we call them high frequency words because we often come across them in our reading books or different texts that we're reading. So I'm going to read these words to you. Across, new, no, much, live, stop, over and long. Let's read them once more together. Across, new, no, much, live, stop, over and long. So you're going to practice spelling those 8 words first, and then we're going to move on to our main part of today's lesson. So today we're going to carry on learning about suffixes, and we need to remind ourselves of what a suffix is. So can you tell your grown-up if you can remember what a suffix is? That's right. So yesterday we learned that a suffix is a single letter or a group of letters that we add onto the end of a root word, which often changes the meaning of the word. So yesterday we looked at adding the suffix ed, and today we are looking at adding the suffix er, and est, est. Okay, so we have to follow the same rule today as we did yesterday. So if the letter before the Y on the end has a consonant, then you need to change the Y to an I and then add your suffix. Okay, so the words today are all going to end in a Y, so you have to change that Y to an I and then add either ER or EST. So here I've got some words, and I'm going to read this first one to you. H-A-P-E, happy. Now this letter here, this P, is a consonant and it's before our Y. So that means that we have to get rid of our Y and we need to change it to an I, and you can either add ER, so I'm going to do that, or I-E-S-T. So it would be happier or happiest. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Heavy, heavy. Now it could be heavier or heaviest. So our V is our consonant, so you change a Y to an I and then add ER, or you could change a Y to an I and add E-I-E-S-T. So heavier or heaviest. Let's have a look at this word. S-I-L-E, silly. This letter L is my consonant, so I've got to change my Y to an I and add E-R, so it's sillier, or I can change my Y to an I and add E-S-T, so it's silliest. Okay, so have a look at this word. Tiny, tiny. So the N, the letter N, is my consonant, so I change my Y to an I and add ER, so it's tinier, or I can make it the tiniest, so I change my Y to an I and then I add EST on the end. Okay, so I'm going to show you the words that you're going to practice today by following the rule that if the word has a consonant before the letter Y, you change that Y to an I and then you add your suffix either ER or EST. So we've got the word smelly, funny, pretty, easy, noisy, fluffy, lazy, crazy, windy and icy. Okay, so you can look at the spelling first of all and then write it adding the suffix ER and then write the word again when you add the suffix est. So if I take this word here as my first word, smelly, then down here I'm going to write it as smellier. Okay, so I'm going to write it like that. So I write smelly, and over here I write it with the suffix. So I know I've got to drop my Y, change that to an I, and add ER. So it's smellier. Or, and then I write it. I write it again underneath, and then I write smelly ist. So then I've written both suffixes on the end. Now when you've done that, you can have a go at writing some of those words in some different sentences. Enjoy!